Well, happy 4th of July weekend. Oh, I hope you had a good barbecue. I hope you enjoyed the parades and the fireworks, celebrating the best goddamn country on the face of the fucking earth. Better than anybody else, especially the seething Europeans. Filthy fucking Europors will never be as good as we are. Will never understand the freedoms we enjoy and all that fucking money we got. Oh, they want our money. I've enjoyed the last 6 months of Trump as he's stripped away every single dime from them and they get angrier and angrier, but try to act like it's not about the money. What can I say? America's got that big dick energy. Big dicks, big bank accounts. That's how we roll. So how's it been treating you, Chad? How has your 4th of July weekend been going? Did you go out with the family and enjoy Freedom Day? Did you set off some explosives? Hmm? Have a little fun? Shoot some guns in the air? Get really drunk? Get the cops called on you, maybe? Celebrate it the way that it should always be celebrated? I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess by all the little flags that everybody has. Oh, let me check one thing. Did you go out with the audio's great? Audio's doing good. You're not gonna trick me, Jews. The audio's doing just fine. I'm sorry, but it's working great. I know. A wonderful time yesterday with family and friends. Nice little barbecue. Enjoyed the fireworks that are down at the beach. Great little time. Love this time of year. Love any holiday where you get people together and you can enjoy yourselves. Halloween, New Year's, Christmas, and of course, the 4th of July. And I wanted to have a little tiny celebration stream for it. I could have done it on the 4th, but I didn't want to because I figure most people are going to be out doing shit. That's what I was doing. I'm not, uh, maybe you're terminally online, so you were on yesterday. But most people I figure are out doing shit. They're probably still doing shit, like fighting off a hangover. But I wanted to have a little celebration stream. And I was trying to think like what are we going to celebrate? What are we going to focus on? I've usually shit on Europeans or or foreigners when it comes to 4th of July streams, but I kind of had to rearrange things, think about it a little bit. And I thought what better way to celebrate the nice hot summer weather than with a little bit of ice? Because God knows in the news cycle for the last half a year, that's all we've been focused on. That's all you're hearing about from protests and riots, deportations, injunctions, politicians getting involved, the mainstream media running story after story. It's all about ice, baby. So I put together a little a little 4th of July stream in celebration of our boys. Our boys, the Ice Boys. I thought I'd start this off with a few basic numbers to try to bring in perspective what you're about to see take place in our amazing fucking country. It's the ice budget. Who doesn't? This is like the Clone Wars. You know, how Lucas released Star Wars, and the first three were really great, and then the four, five, and six come out, and it's nothing but like intergalactic politics and budgetary measures. Welcome to the Gym Stream. We're starting it off with budgetary numbers. This is Jim Stream, 4th of July Revenge of the Clones. Or whatever. I don't know the nerd shit. I'm sorry, with the Star Wars stuff, if it was anime, I could tell you. Star Wars, I can't tell you the name of the fucking movie. But what to know in regards to the new fucking budget I just got? 150 billion, with a B, billion goddamn dollars until 2029, averaging 35 billion a year. That means if you stack it up to other nations, ICE, one of our federal agencies, has a budget that puts it number 15 in the fucking world. When it comes to catapulting Mexicans over that fucking wall, we have budgeted them enough money to rival Italy. Italy, Israel, the Netherlands, all of them are below ICE. The entire country of Brazil's military spends and gets less money than we're giving ICE to trebuchet the illegals back to where they came from. That is fucking wild. Now, if you thought the amount of protesting and counterculture activists from the left that you've seen over the last 6 months was something, wait till you see how they react to a $35 billion a year budget. If you were talking about hundreds of thousands to potentially million, a year in deportations at this supercharged fucking budgetary measure, I don't know, maybe 15 million, maybe 20 million by the end of the presidency. It will literally hard stop and completely reverse what Biden did. But I wanted to talk a little bit. What are our boys dealing with? What are our ICE boys? What are our Fed boys dealing with when it comes to getting rid of all the illegal immigrants in the country? I put together, I think, a nice little montage to kind of give you an idea of what the ultimate, the prime mover is when it comes to these protests and these activists and what's going on, to show you what they're up against, to show you our old adversary that's risen from the ashes. And I think I've done a fairly good job at this. But I want to start us off with the judiciary, because who doesn't love talking about judges? Well, let me introduce you to Judge Dugan. Look at this big bitch from Branch 31. I'm guessing the entire branch is dedicated towards her, because if she were to sit on it with anybody else on that branch, it would snap and she'd fall to her death. This is a big girl. Unfortunately, she has the physiognomy of an ogre. If you were to paint her green, she could cosplay as Shrek. This is the sort of woman that if she walked under a bridge, people would start screaming troll. Oh, what's the toll? Please don't eat my children. Here you go. Here's some money. I have gold bars on me. Please, Hannah Dugan, don't eat my fucking children. Unfortunate. Now, I'm not sure if Miss Dugan here is married. Maybe she met a blind man. Maybe she met a blind man that has no sense of feeling. He's a paraplegic in a wheelchair, so he can't ever touch her and tell that those are fat rolls. And he's just really attracted to her dulcet tones. Oh, my angelic judge, Hannah Dugan. I'd also like to introduce you. We're going to do a couple of judges. Here's Judge Kano. Now, you might be wondering, oh, aren't they? At least he's normal-ish looking. But wait till you hear what this motherfucker got up to. So, ICE has been sort of having to deal with fucking everybody. When you talk about a shitty job, a job where you've got everybody up your ass, you'd think a cop would probably be bottom of the barrel, especially ever since the BLM riots and, oh my God, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. After that, you would think cops probably have the shittiest job, but no. In fact, it's ICE agents. They get that and more. They get two goofy fuck judges that decide that they're going to, I don't know, get in the way. Let's see what our two judges, Judge Dugan and Kano, have been up to.
He meets his attorney in the hallway and walks towards Circuit Court Judge Hannah Dugan's courtroom. Along the way, he passes plainclothes federal agents who are sitting on a bench. They are there to detain him. After Flores Ruiz walks by, the agents turn to each other and appear to confirm his identity amongst themselves. But a few moments later, Judge Dugan and another...
By the way, I love that look they give each other. That knowing look like, holy shit, did this idiot just walk in? He's made our job infinite. I also like how they're dressed like hunters. They're literally dressed like the dudes you'd go duck hunting or deer hunting with. They've dressed the part to hunt down immigrants. They're sitting at the ICE officer like, what should we wear? What should our uniform be? Fuck it. Just throw on your hunting gear. That's what we're doing. Here's a bow and arrow. Go get me Juan. Juan is somewhere down at the courthouse. You have to avoid Judge Dugan. She can take at least 4 or 5 arrows to the face. Look at this bitch.
The judge approached the agents sitting on the bench. A criminal complaint against Dugan later said she was alerted to their presence by a court official. That complaint says during this interaction, Dugan and the agents disagreed over the type of warrant they had to arrest Flores Ruiz. According to the complaint, Dugan ordered the agents to go to the chief judge's office. Video shows her pointing them through a double door. She then turns back to speak with other agents further down the hall and orders them through the doors as well. Shortly after that, with the agents gone from the hallway, Eduardo Flores Ruiz and his attorney exit into the hallway through a different door. As they walk down the hall toward the elevators, they pass another plainclothes federal agent. Neither they nor Judge Dugan seem to have noticed at the time.
I like how ICE at this point understands that everybody's opposed to them just doing their basic fucking job. So they literally stacked the hallway with hidden plainclothes officers. Maybe they knew that Dugan was just on the prowl. She's very hangry today. She didn't have a Snickers bar, so she's going to help the illegal immigrant get out. She's obfuscated this arrest. She got in the way, made them go somewhere that this guy wasn't, and then snuck him through the jury door.
That agent motions to another to follow Flores Ruiz. Security video shows Flores Ruiz exiting through a basement exit. Upstairs on the 6th floor, the other agents have left the chief judge's office and worked their way downstairs. Flores Ruiz left the building onto 9th Street. Videos of the street shows the agents catching up to him. Flores Ruiz runs across 10th Street while trying to get away, but the agents catch him and arrest him.
According to court documents,
Oh, he couldn't get away. That's really tragic. So tragic.
Judge Dugan learned of the agent's presence April 18th and confronted them in the hallway outside her courtroom. She's seen in the video directing them to the chief judge's office next door. Shortly after, most of the agents walked away. Flores Ruiz is seen leaving Dugan's courtroom. Federal prosecutors claim, quote, despite having been advised of the administrative warrant for the arrest of Flores Ruiz, Judge Dugan escorted Flores Ruiz and his counsel out of the, quote, jury door, not open to the public.
On charges of obstruction.
So, spoiler alert. Oh, God, I should have had a spoiler up. Sorry about that. Wisconsin judge pleads not guilty. She's been arrested. Yes, they were able to find cuffs that could fit her fat ass. And then they brought her down to get fingerprinted and put her ass in a cell. Now she's gone before the judge to plead not guilty. But this is a little bit of a shift you're going to see in a few of these cases, where these judges think they're impervious, that nothing can happen to them, they're untouchable, that she can get in the way of a federal agent doing his fucking job to help an illegal immigrant with a criminal rap sheet who's at the courthouse for another fucking crime they committed. Help him escape them. No, I don't think so, fatty.
And concealing an individual to prevent arrest. FBI Director Kash Patel has said that Dugan, quote, intentionally misdirected federal agents away from an undocumented immigrant who was said to be arrested at her courthouse last month.
Venezuelan.
Now, if you thought that was good, all right, that's just a fat white liberal chick helping an illegal immigrant who's a criminal escape, getting arrested. This one, Judge Kano, he kicks it up a notch. He sees Dugan and he raises her. He's playing for the whole fucking pot. All right, he wants all the chips. He decides, I see you, I can do one better. Instead of just helping an illegal immigrant who's a criminal flee, I'm going to let the guy live with me.
Gang member facing federal charges after he was arrested in Doñana County. Reporter Alyssa Munoz is here with court documents showing this man was living on a judge's property.
Doug, that's right. This is a picture of the pair from court documents. Now, shortly after Lopez's arrest, Judge Joel Cano resigned. And 2 days later, the Judicial Standards Commission petitioned for the Supreme Court to suspend Judge Cano.
I'm not sure if you caught that. That's the judge having a glass of wine with the fucking illegal immigrant gang member. Oopsie. Oops. Whoopsie daisy.
A judge is supposed to avoid any appearance of any kind of impropriety. And so you have a situation here where the question is going to be, what did the judge know and when did he know it? How much did he know about the background of the defendant?
In late February, Homeland Security investigations arrested Christian Ortega Lopez for being in the United States illegally since December of 2023 and for possessing a firearm. Originally, officials were going to release him on conditions, but the government appealed that, bringing more evidence against him.
They said, look, Judge, we want you to put him back in custody because we have information that we didn't have the first time around that links him to this TDA gang, Venezuelan violent.
I mean, how could the judge ever have known? Minus all the gang tattoos all over his fucking face and neck and hands and arms. The man is literally sleeved up all over his body. And it's prison ink. It's not even regular, I went in to get a fucking tattoo because I'm drunk and an idiot. It's, I need somebody in the cell block to help me cover myself up and look tough so I don't get murdered. Fucking illegal immigrant, gun charges, gangbanger from Venezuela. And this dude lets him live on his property. It gets even better. Remember, the gangbanging illegal immigrant was on gun charges. Remember that, gun charges.
Venezuelan gang.
According to court documents, Lopez was staying in Las Cruces in a casita behind Judge Cano's house. In his post-Miranda interview, Lopez says he met Cano's wife after doing jobs for her. In the documents, it says she offered him to stay on their property after he was evicted. He adds he was also introduced to Cano's daughter, who, according to officials, allowed him to hold and sometimes shoot her firearms.
So this fucking judge, brings an illegal immigrant gangbanger on gun charges to live in his fucking house. And then his daughter gives him their guns. His daughter grabs the family guns and gives the illegal immigrant who's charged with gun fucking charges weapons to shoot Oh yeah, no. We gave Juan the gangbanger from Venezuela. We gave him access to our fucking firearms and the shotgun and the rifle and a couple of our magnums. Just a couple. His daughter, just a couple of shooty bang bangs.
He's facing a lot of time in a federal prison, and he's also facing the potential of removal of deportation by the federal government.
And of course, here's his lovely wife. Here's his lovely wife and him, both getting put in cuffs. How lovely. Oh, what a bad day to be you, buddy. Uh-oh. Oopsie. What a bad day to be you. Seems like things aren't going so well for the judge. Oh no. Hangs his head in shame. Oh, I'm so sad. Oh. The headline's even better. Former New Mexico judge and wife arrested on charges of tampering with evidence linked to suspected Tren de Aragua member. Okay, so not only is he a legal immigrant and gangbanger from Venezuela and on gun charges, his fucking daughter gave him guns to use while in the country. And then on top of that, they tamper with evidence to try to make it so the guy doesn't get in trouble. How much do you want to bet money his wife was fucking this dude? How much do you want to bet money this judge sat in a corner jacking off while his wife got railed, fucking destroyed by this gangbanger? I wouldn't be surprised if Judge Kano watched while pulling his pud, his wife and daughter get tag team him. Just there's an orgy going on in the house. The guy's probably shooting guns in the air. He's their little Mexican bull. He's their little Mexican bull. Oh, ay, ay, ay. Now, the Tren de Aragua or whatever, that might sound familiar to you. It might ring a few bells. Where have we heard that from before?
An Aurora apartment complex under investigation tonight after this video captured suspected gang activity. Take a look. You can see several men with their guns drawn and pointed toward the door of an apartment unit. Aurora police say it happened overnight last Monday, June 9th. Denver 7's Claire Lavazorio was at the apartment complex tonight where this all went down.
Claire, police held a news conference just a few hours ago to address this video, where you were able to get some answers for us.
Oh, were you able to get some answers for us? By the way, this isn't even old video. This fucking happened at the end of last year, the very beginning of this year before Trump took over. This apartment complex was riddled with foreign gang members from another country, terrorizing everybody. But the police chief and others were trying to downplay it and act like it wasn't an issue. It's still fucking, there are more of them. This is another apartment complex.
Well, the chief started his news conference saying this might all feel like deja vu, and that's because it's very similar to what we saw just last year at the edge of Lowry complex. Armed men in hallways knocking on apartment doors. Now, that complex has since shut down, but here at the Innovation at Fitz, the chief says we are seeing very similar gang-related problems, but this time it's all about getting on top of those problems before they get too out of hand. Now, police say there's been at least a dozen separate incidents here since the fall of 2024, everything from shots fired to kidnappings. Now a neighbor turning in this video of a group of 9 armed men, which the chief believes are suspected Venezuelan Tren de Aragua gang members, better known as TDA, pounding on the door of a unit.
Oh, is that right? Everything from shots fired to kidnapping. Fantastic. Gotta love it. And these are the people this judge was hiding in his house so they could fuck his wife and daughter. His horny levels were so sky high and off the charts that he let dudes that go around terrorizing fucking apartment complexes like some dystopian piece of fiction come live in his house, gave him access to his guns, because he needed to, he was a little horny. And of course, I want to show you this just because it's so fucking fitting. It's like a nice little bow tied on the end of this. Literally 2 weeks before this news report, This is the headline from NBC News. The truth about Tren de Aragua, the gang at the center of Trump's immigration crackdown. Now listen to the subtitle. The Trump administration says the group should be treated as an invading force. Critics say it's a pretext for the administration's anti-immigrant narrative. Round of applause for NBC. Always getting shit wrong and fucking up the timelines. They literally post this. Now, Trump's just exaggerating. This isn't really an issue. This isn't something that actually happens. A week later, fucking 10 armed gang members with guns out are going door to door at the apartment complex. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe he's got a point. Maybe there's something going on down there. Maybe if Judge Kano wasn't so busy getting his wife fucked, maybe something would be happening. But it's not just, the judges, it's the politicians. Of course, you got to have people like Senator Hollins going down there having a few drinks with MS-13 gangbangers. Oh, you poor baby, let's have a margarita. Let's have a drink together. All you did was beat your wife senseless multiple times and traffic humans. But you're innocent. Those tattoos aren't real. That's been photoshopped. Speaking of unreal things, I love his defense. Senator Van Allen claims margaritas were planted by El Salvador government during meeting with alleged MS-13 gangbanger Kilmar Abrego Garcia. They were planted. Listen, you can say a lot of things about me when I go to a South American prison to hang out with a wife-beating, human trafficking gangbanger. But I was not drinking, sir. El Salvador planted those drinks on me when I met the guy that beat his wife like she was a piñata. I did not touch a drop of alcohol when I was down there with the human trafficker Kilmar Garcia. I'm fucking offended by this. But just like the judges are fucking around and finding out that they're finally getting arrested for doing this weird shit that they're engaged in, that they seem to think they're impervious to being fucked with. Politicians, too, are now learning they can't really get their way when a Democrat tantrums and tries to fuck with ICE doing their job, not really working out so well anymore.
No, I want you to... Hello. Congresswoman Waters, I just came to use my congressional authority to check on David.
We have a lobby securely now to all visitors.
Excuse me, I need to get in.
Contact our public affairs.
I need to get in.
Oh, shit, bitch. Here's our complaint desk. It's called a door being slammed in your face. Be sure to scream at it and tell it what you're upset about. I'm going to be on the other side of this door, not giving a fuck.
What are you hoping to do, Congresswoman?
I just want to see David Huerta.
This is another great one. See, they keep all the politicians of different levels trying to force their way in, trying to interfere, trying to object, trying to stop officers from doing things. This guy ended up finding out a very valuable lesson. He can, in fact, be arrested.
Guys, back up, guys. Back up. I understand. You're pregnant, but y'all need to back up. If you're interfering with this arrest, we're going to have to arrest. Back up, guys. Back up, guys.
This is not legal to take someone without a judicial warrant.
Please don't put him in the elevator and then
claim you have the warrant. You don't have a warrant for him.
I will let go when you show me the judicial warrant. Where is it?
So show it. Let us see it. So let us see it. You want to take his warrant.
Excuse me, please stay back. No! Take it back.
Oh, he's getting a bit violent. I think you need to tase him. I think you need to tase his ass. That mayoral candidate for the Democratic Party needs to learn to ride the lightning. All right, we need a certain amount of gigawatts to time travel here, Marty. And the only way to do it is to put those taser prongs up this guy's ass.
Step back. Please, step back, guys. Step back.
You don't have the authority to arrest U.S. citizens. Please stay back.
Apparently they do have the authority. Apparently they're exercising that authority when they arrest you.
Guys ready? And balance. Sir, hands up.
I'm Senator Alex Padilla. I have questions for the secretary because the fact of the matter is a half a dozen violent criminals that you're rotating on your hands off.
Yeah, that's right. Manhandle him. Drag his khaki-wearing ass out in the hallway. What are you wearing? What, did you buy that from the Gap in the 1990s and put it in the trunk to pull out now? Disgusting. You're going to have to get tased. I love the fact that he was just so shocked that he can't, barge his way into a press conference, that he can't just force his way in. That he can't just be like, I'm so, nobody gives a fuck. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Tase him, beat him, grab the billy club. Somebody get him up. We're going to rape him. We're going to pull off some fucking war crimes out in this hallway with this guy. Getting doors slammed in their face. Getting put in cuffs. Getting arrested. Judges getting de-judged. De-benched. I'm sure there's a term for it. There needs to be one. All these fucking politicians. Oh my God. They're gonna have to learn a new phrase. You're not gonna be a judge or a politician anymore. Say it with me now, Judge Kano. Say it with me.
Put the fries in the bag.
That's right. You put them in the fucking bag, Judge Kano. I like them extra crispy, bitch. I like them extra crispy. You put the fucking fries in the bag.
Chaos erupts here in LA County. Widespread immigration raids triggering protests from Paramount to downtown. And tonight, an unlawful assembly has been declared as President Trump announces he will be deploying thousands of National Guard troops here to Los Angeles. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the News at 10. I'm Rick Chambers.
Oh, my God, Rick. Can you tell me more about the wonderful land of California? I'm sure everything's going great down there. After being incinerated in wildfires that they couldn't fight because they have no water, now they've let loose the criminals. I love Gavin Newsom when he's not doing public work projects that waste billions of dollars building bridges and roads that go to nowhere, or dumping $20 billion on homeless people so they can smoke methamphetamines outside of the daycare, because everybody loves that. Why, he's busy encouraging riots, telling the police, don't arrest anybody, don't let ICE arrest anybody. Immigrants are our friends. This was another protest of peace. Is that the term we're looking for? I don't know. I should know it. This is a Minnesota coined term after all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Governor Walz, for teaching the rest of the world about, these protests of peace that have spread all along the West Coast. Who doesn't love it?
Major developments during a second day of violent confrontations between protesters and federal agents who are out on the streets trying to round up undocumented immigrants. As I mentioned, President Trump has ordered 2,000 National Guard members to counter that violence. And that angered Governor Newsom, who said that the move was purposely inflammatory and will only escalate the tensions.
See, I love that kind of approach. No, you can't enforce the law. It might inflame intentions, okay? You might make people upset. When you've got somebody out there raping or murdering or stealing, you need to let them go. Haven't you looked at all the George Soros DAs that have been appointed all over the country? They understand how it works. Everybody gets a plea deal. Nobody gets jail time. That's how you need to appease them. What are you talking about? Punishing criminals? What a strange concept. This is California. We let them walk right out of the jail and go do it again.
We've got team coverage tonight of these raids. KTLA5's Lindsay Pena is in downtown L.A. Sky 5 is over the situation as well, but let's go to Chris Wolf. He's in Compton tonight where the clashes first erupted earlier. Chris?
Rick, unrest in Southern California continues tonight with more clashes between...
Rick, I'm Chris Wolf. I'm down here in the black neighborhood. Very scared right now. As a white middle-class man, I've never been around so many jigaboos. I don't know what to do. They're shucking and a-jiving, and now we got all these Antifa terrorists down here. I'm pretty fucking terrified. I hid my Apple Watch up my ass, and I'm hoping they can't find it, but they might be able to smell the money, so I ate some tacos to cover it up with shit. I haven't wiped in a week. I think that Apple Watch is going to be safe. Let's talk about these riots.
Between protesters and federal agents and deputies and police over expanding immigration operations. Take a look at the scene behind me. This intersection here in Compton has been the scene of several street takeovers, so it is a hotspot for activity. We've seen continual fireworks going off. The police chopper is overhead. Now President Trump says he is sending the National Guard to this region.
Now, it's my understanding, Chris, that this is what the poor people do. They launch these fireworks as a way of communicating over long distances because you can't afford cell phones. Ever since the Obama phones went out of fashion because Trump took all their money, this is how they communicate. It's like a black person's smoke signal. It's very cheap and purchasable at a Walmart.
Last night we were in downtown Los Angeles, as many viewers may remember. Earlier today we were in Paramount, now Compton, all volatile locations.
I also love local news. They'll take the whitest guy possible and be like, yeah, we got this volatile situation down in an area where a riot's happening. It's in Compton. So we're going to send you there. I'd like you to wear khakis and a polo t-shirt, maybe a cardigan sweater. Have a money clip on you with large denomination bills all folded up and visible. And we're going to send you out there at midnight. Because that's the right time to interview people, and we want to talk to you. We want you to cover what's going on in the violent ghetto. Good luck.
Chaos and calamity rocked Paramount Saturday on the second day of demonstrations against federal immigration operations in Southern California. KTLA was on the ground and in the air, capturing the explosive environment. The mayor of Paramount says tension escalated after U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, and other federal agents were apparently staging at or near a local Home Depot center.
Sorry. Come on. All right, stereotypes exist for a reason. I think the root word for stereotype, the definition of it means pretty much accurate. All right, they went to hunt the illegal immigrants at Home fucking Depot. All right, it's like if you have a BLM riot and you go to round up the rioters and you go to the fucking Nike store. They went to the Home Depot. Tensions were inflamed at the Home Depot because that's where ICE went. Of course they did.
And ICE is here, terrorizing the community.
Throngs of protesters gathered in the industrial area, sparking more clashes between law enforcement and members of the community. Crowds taunted authorities, with some people going so far as to block a U.S. Marshals service bus, while others hurled rocks and other objects at law enforcement vehicles, according to the L.A. County Sheriff. Federal agents responded with pepper balls, rubber bullets, tear gas, and flashbangs.
How much money, chat, would you pay? How much money would you pay to get the footage of a hippie getting flashbanged in the face? I'm talking like high def, surround sound, good quality audio of some disgusting, dirty Antifa hippie just in the middle of the road. And some ICE agent has a pitcher's arm and just right down the plate, right in his fucking face, and it explodes. We need to get, I have a feeling these riots are going to be a thing all over the country for the next year or so. So we need to get like some drone coverage of this. I want to see hippies getting just having munitions detonated in their face.
In the last several hours, unfortunately, the crowd has grown. We believe at this time it's at approximately 350, maybe 400. As the crowd has grown, it has become more violent.
A wooden pallet and then a car went up in flames during the unrest, sending black smoke into the air. The cause of the car fire is unclear.
Oh, is it unclear? I'm sorry, Chris. Is it unclear to you why there's a car fire at a riot? Let me see if I can clear it up. Let me see if I can grab my mystical fucking ball and use some telekinetic psychic powers. Like I'm out of that fucking oh my god, what was in that toll booth thing from Big? I can't remember the name of the fortune teller in it. Let me act like I'm that. Let me, I've got some magical ability. Let me see if I can parse it out for you. Why would the car be lit on fire at the riot? Maybe the illegal immigrants did it? Maybe rioters and activists and illegals are criminals that like to cause property damage because they're anarchists? Unless maybe, I don't know, Chris. Do you think maybe it spontaneously combusted? Do you think it chose that day that Honda parked itself out in the middle of the road during the fucking riots when people are hucking Molotovs and decided, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to spontaneously combust? I thought it'd be fun, little, funsies out here doing this. So we've all seen the footage of this. This happened for like 2 or 3 weeks straight. ICE goes in to do raids. They're going to do a bunch of these. They're unannounced. People start protesting. Newsom won't send in the police to back up ICE. So Trump has to send in the National Guard. And then you got Hegseth talking about sending in the Marines. It's escalating. But things are different now. Just like those judges got arrested for the bullshit they were pulling when it came to illegal immigrants and criminals. It's going as far as to let criminals fuck their wives. And just like those politicians get the cuffs slapped on them, this time things are different. The protesters that got, fat off the milk and honey of never getting held accountable or there being no consequences for all their riotous behavior during the 2020s and 2021s, even before that. I remember Justice for Jamar or Jamal, or whoever the fuck it was, twerking out there, burning cars. Nobody ever got punished. Nobody ever got arrested. There was nothing that ever happened. But things are a little bit different now.
That there is National Guard folks in Westwood tonight as well. So look at this. This was some video from earlier that was pretty startling to me. And you see this. These are boxes of masks being handed out, and a lot of folks seeming to just grab them like candy. These look like they are bionic face shields, which we looked at their website.
Bionic face shields. It's a $6 million immigrant. We've rebuilt him to mow lawns at a faster pace. We put the lawnmower blades directly in his feet. He can just run across your lawn. It was worth the $6 million.
Is basically recommended for machinists and auto body shops as a way to protect one's face. I don't think we expect...
Yes, Chad, she is very fat. That's why he needed a flatbed truck. He couldn't bring her in like a fucking Kia. All right, she wouldn't even fit. And if she did, she'd drag the back wheels on the fucking pavement. No, they needed some muscle power for this one. That heifer needed something that could support her.
To have a lot of cars coming in for repair work tonight.
The president said yesterday that paid insurrectionists were behind or involved in the protests in Los Angeles. Does the White House have any more details about who they believe is paying these protesters?
The president spoke about this last night when he returned from Fort Bragg, because frankly the president has a lot of common sense. And if you look at some of the imagery that we have received from the Department of Homeland Security and ICE and law enforcement who are on the ground, you will see boxes and boxes of very professionalized masks and rioting equipment being dropped off for these protesters. So it's a good question the president is raising and one we are looking into.
And, by the way, this is something that happened for the last 7 or 8 years. Every time there was a riot or unrest, there would be people handing out supplies to the fucking rioters. I can't tell you how many times I saw pallets of fucking bricks sitting at intersections for no reason. Nobody could identify how they got there. Equipment for face masks, eye protection so the chemical irritants didn't bother them when they got gassed, umbrellas, all these different things just getting brought in mass for all these people that are going to go burn shit down. And finally, things are changing a little bit.
About who is funding these insurrectionists and these rioters and these protesters and these illegal criminals. And I have updates for you on the numbers, by the way. Since June 6th, there have been 330 illegal aliens that have been arrested as part of these riots in Los Angeles. 113 of those illegal aliens had prior criminal convictions. And overall, and this includes arrests of American citizens, there's been 157 people arrested for assault and obstruction-related charges, including the attempted murder of a police officer with a Molotov cocktail. So who is funding these illegal aliens who are coming in with this very professional riot gear? It's a question everyone in this room who cares about truth should be asking. And we encourage your help in trying to get to the bottom.
Today we execute a search warrant.
Okay, this is where it starts to get good. If you remember the clip we watched at the beginning of this, with the 4,000-pound woman handing out masks, she struggled moving that large, but she did it. As she's handing out masks, there was a guy in the front of the truck, the guy organizing it. Well, this is the FBI raiding his fucking house.
On the individual who was seen earlier this week distributing face shields to suspected rioters down in Los Angeles, we have made it a huge priority to try to identify, locate, and arrest those who are involved in organizing, supporting, funding, or facilitating these riots that they're going on. It appears they're well orchestrated and coordinated and well funded, so we want to understand who these people are and where this organization's coming from.
Oh, hey, did you know the California Democratic Party bought 200 pallets of bricks? A recent review of their monthly expenditures report shows they bought a bunch of bricks, and I have nothing to say about it.
Wow, that's strange. The Democratic Party in California bought a bunch of bricks. I wonder where those bricks went. Where could they have gone? Where, oh, is that them? Are those the bricks in question? Uh-oh. Oopsie. Oopsie. Oh, God. Uh-oh. our pallets of bricks. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. How long has this been going on? Oh, fuck. Come on. You know, during Trump's first term in office, you know how much he got fucked with relentlessly when he tried to do things? And they're trying it again. They're trying it again. Only this time it's not working so well. Now it's we're in the fuck around find out phase, and I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. $35 billion to go hunt down illegal immigrants? Are you kidding me? That's a fucking budget of an army. Judges getting arrested, politicians getting arrested, the FBI finding the fat fuck and her little simp driving around his gimp mobile with bricks in the back. Or I'm sorry, masks in the back. The Democrats getting caught red-handed with pallets of bricks out during the LA riots. What, are you fucking kidding me? Do you know? Actually, let me show you this. This is from Politico. This is just recently. Supreme Court hands Trump a major win. In a 6-3 vote, they grant Trump a request to narrow injunctions blocking his birthright citizenship order. But it's the bullet point that's really the chef's kiss. The first one. This decision sharply curtails the power of individual judges to use injunctions blocking federal government policies nationwide. Now you might be asking yourself, why is that? Oh, well, let's look at the chart, and I'll tell you an interesting figure. These are nationwide injunctions against presidents. So you see Bush has got 6, Obama 12, Trump in his first term has 64, and then there's Biden with 14. Would you like to know how many injunctions Donald Trump had in the first 5.5 months in office? Take a wild fucking guess. I'm going to do a poll, actually. Don't cheat. Nobody likes cheaters. How do I do a poll in here? Where's the poll option? How many injunctions? That's what we're going to call it. In first 6 months. There we go. Put some numbers in here. We'll do a low ball number. We'll do a 10, a 20. Let's do a 50. And we'll do 100. All right, I'm going to give you a few minutes. I really want you to think this over. Vote in the poll. Really, how many injunctions in the first... Remember, these are... The numbers you're seeing are for the whole fucking term. Bush during his presidency, 6. Obama, 12. Trump in his first... I'm sorry. All the other people, they're full terms. Trump, first term, 64. And then Biden, 14. How many do you think? How many do you think he got in the first 5.5 months, Chad? While we're waiting for that, usually I read Super Chats at the end, but that's big money. Let me read big money here. Got one from Maggie for $99 with there's no message. All right. I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, give me that money. I'm not sure if there was a message before and it's disappeared, but I'll take it. Give me that money. Oh, give me the big buckaroos. I'll give you one more minute to vote. It's at the top there. How many injunctions in the first 6 months? 10, 20, 50, or 100? Well, 10 is at 1%, 20 at 5%, 23% of you think 50, 71% are going with 100. Oh boy. I need some game show music to put over shit like this. All right, I think we've reached the limit. Let me end poll here. 101, 70% of you think it was 100. You're actually more right than you are wrong. You're more right than you're the closest to the answer. It's 60. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? 40 to 60 injunctions within the, if I'm remembering, 40 to 60, somewhere in that ballpark, within the first 6 months. It's outrageous. It's absolutely insane. Remember, this is a guy that when he ran for office, they tried to smear him in the press, they tried to sue him civilly, they tried to put him in jail criminally, and then 2 assassins, not 1, 2 assassins, tried to shoot him in his fucking head. 1 at a rally and 1 on the golf course. And now that he's in office, 40 to 60 injunctions from lower courts to interfere. Governors interfering, not letting ICE do their job. It's not just Newsom. You've got people like Walz, who is constantly running his fat fucking mouth about J.D. Vance, about Elon Musk, fomenting people to act out. You need to do something. It's not even subtle. It's not even hidden. There's no subterfuge to it. He's outright stating what he wants you to do. 40 to 60 injunctions. Christ. Well, it's a very sad day for them because the Supreme Court said fuck off. They said fuck off, and then he got his legislation passed. And now ICE not only has the legal authority via the president and the executive powers he wields, it has the budget. You're going to see immigration actions on a scale I don't think you could comprehend. It's not going to be raiding a Home Depot. It's going to be raiding an entire city. When they keep talking about sanctuary cities, I want you to imagine an army, a fucking army of ICE officers, Marines, and National Guards sweeping an entire city at a time. Rolling through with tanks to round up the illegals. They'll be forced to walk with lawnmowers all the way down to Alligator Alcatraz.
On a scheduling note, tomorrow, President Trump will travel to the great state of Florida to attend the opening of a new illegal alien detention center located at Dade Collier Training and Transition Airport alongside Secretary Kristi Noem, Governor Ron DeSantis, Congressman Byron Donalds, and other state and local leaders. We hope to see many of you there. The facility is in the heart of the Everglades and will be informally known as Alligator Alcatraz.
They fucking actually called it that. They're building signs that say that. Fucking based.
I don't think he knows that.
Yeah, back it up, Tom. Little bit to the left. Get the alligator down there. We've got immigrants it needs to eat. Back it up to the left. Oh, we got Juans that need to feed. I just like to say, all right, when you see this, a lot of leftists on Twitter lost their shit when they saw this. All right, first off, that has ducting. There's air conditioning flowing throughout this entire building. They all have bunks. They're not sleeping on the floor. And then look at that flooring. It's very nice. It's very nice. It's a little slippery. Now, they went with a stone because they know when it gets wet after jumping into the trench with, the moat with the alligators, that it will make them, slip on the stone and they'll get a concussion. They'll fall over. It's hard to escape as they're running away from the live alligators which are going to feast upon them.
And what the alligator Alcatraz is the idea that if some illegal immigrant escapes, they just get eaten by an alligator or a snake or something?
I guess that's the concept. This is not a nice business. I guess that's the concept. If snakes are fast, but alligators are, but we're going to teach them how to run away from an alligator, okay? If they escape prison, how to run away. Don't run in a straight line. Run like this. And you know what? Your chances go up about 1%.
Come on, Juan. You got to juke and jive a little. All right, you need to run that ball into the end zone, or else you're going to be eaten by alligators. I learned this strategy working as an ice guard at Alligator Alcatraz. We're going to win. We're going to win that regional football championship. Coach bought some alligators. I saw how fast those immigrants ran. You got to zigzag.
Not a good thing.
We're offering up our National Guard and other folks in Florida to be deputized to be immigration judges. We're working with the Department of Justice for the approvals. I'm sure Pam will approve. But then I'll have a National Guard judge advocate here. Someone has a notice to appear. Biden would tell them to come back in 3 years and appear. Now you'll be able to appear in like a day or two, so they're not going to be detained hopefully for all that long. We'll have people here in this facility that can make, it's a bureaucracy. The president's got to deal with the bureaucracy. Now that Supreme Court ruling was good because that's going to allow him to be able to exercise Article 2 the way founders intended, but you still have bureaucracy. So we want to cut through that so that we have an efficient operation between Florida and DHS to get the removal of these illegals done.
On a schedule.
Now, I want you to listen to what he said at the beginning, because I don't think you understand how fucking based shit's about to get. Listen really carefully to what he says.
Not a good thing.
We're offering up our National Guard and other folks in Florida to be deputized to be immigration judges.
Okay. All right. I don't think you fucking comprehend what he just said. He's going to deputize law enforcement and other people to be judges. Meaning, you not only get to hunt them down and arrest them, you get to judge them on the spot. Fucking, it's time, boys.
I am the law!
We're going full fucking Judge Dredd in America, ladies and gentlemen. We're going full. ICE agents are fucking, they're literally judges now. We have entered the period of Judge Dredd. You can hunt them down for sport and judge them on the spot. It's time for a heat round to the face, Juan. It's time for a heat round to the... Everybody does better. We all come together and just in a warm, fuzzy feeling when we're hunting down immigrants. All right? When you rev up the concentration camps, everybody has a good time. Look at Venezuela out there putting together badass propaganda. let me just interrupt this badass piece of propaganda. Sorry, I said Venezuela. Let me take that filthy country's name out of my mouth. I meant El Salvador. If I get the country right, I don't know. And I like I like how they shackle them and move them around like bad pets, like they pissed on the carpet. Now they're getting punished, and then they shave them down.
César Eliseo Sotomayor.
Easy!
I love that they spent the budget to put that together. They were so proud of it. It's a great piece of propaganda. I don't know if you've noticed too, but on Twitter, the White House and ICE have been putting together their own little propaganda pieces. Very nice stuff. Very high energy. Like it. Enjoying it quite a bit. Now, some people see that and they think, oh my God, those poor sweethearts. My heart breaks for them. You want a high trust society? You want things to be nice? You want to be able to walk down the street, keep your door open, not worry about getting robbed or raped or beaten? Then you need to start dealing with the people that take advantage of what makes a high trust society high trust. Got to take care of that criminal element. Got to take care of those people out there to do you harm. And there is a suicidal empathy ingrained in certain people to feel more related, to feel more kinship with the abuser than the abused, which is strange to me. Those men that have been hauled off to that prison camp are not good people. People going to Alcatraz are not good people. Got a real fucking problem in this country. You saw the Colorado News report. You saw that the judge there, in between letting his wife get fucked by a gangbanger from another country, was giving the guy access to fucking weapons. It's the whole concept of a narco-tyranny. The government is against it. You can't even defend yourself, and then you're punished when you do. We were so close to that. Then we pulled around and decided, nah, I think we're good. Now it's not just El Salvador, it's South Sudan? Is that where we're shipping them next? We need to send them to, you know what Djibouti is? You ever hear of Djibouti? So the French Foreign Legion, when they would take in all these fat fucking foreigners, they decided the best way to really shape them up, to make sure that they weren't pussies, they'd send them to a special training course in this country called Djibouti, which is a fucking hellhole. It's like 200 degrees. You cook. You can't even walk outside without bursting into flames. We need to send them there. That's where they need to go. Fuck South Sudan. That's where they need to go. I don't know. I'm feeling very energetic about it. I think ICE needs our support. We need to get them like a theme song. People need to clap when they're out there doing that. We need to hire cheerleaders. In fact, I know the perfect group of people who've already got the perfect cheer for them. What do you think? Oh my, could you imagine? Could you imagine you're an illegal immigrant and you just got detained and your family's there sobbing as you're getting shackled, and these little white girls come out and start doing a little cheer? They start doing a little Toro cheer for you? They're damn. What's that conversation at prison camp going to be like? Like, dude, what happened to you? Yeah, man, I was out there in my taco truck and all these little white girls started cheering. They started doing a fucking routine. They started doing a routine, dancing. They had it choreographed and everything because I was getting shackled. Oh, right. Oh, I don't know what the fuck was going on. And then the White House tweeted out a picture of me calling me a fat fuck. It made me cry very much. I don't feel so good. I'm just a criminal. I just come here. I just bring in meth. I don't know why they're so mad at me. All the little white girls are dancing. They're doing a little celebration. Oh, huh? That's not nice. Jim, you're so mean. They have feelings too. Have you ever thought about their feelings? Oh, it's very good. It's very high energy. The period right now that we're going through, this, what's the term for it? I talked about it before. It's like when you come out of a cult. There's a period of time where you kind of decompress. There's a specific phrase for it, where you unfuck your mind. I feel like America's going through that. They're starting to ask themselves some questions like, wait a minute, why were we ever okay with illegal immigrants getting access to medical coverage and driver's licenses and not having to pay taxes? Why were we okay with letting prisoners go? Why were we okay with people burning our cities down? That kind of is fucking weird. Why were we fine with that? Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But you've got to talk about kind of what's the main driving force behind it. I mean, watch some of the goofy stuff. We saw the judge getting his wife getting banged, so I guess the force behind that was he was horny. But for the majority of people, like that gentleman getting arrested with a bionic mask, what's going to come of that? Who was funding him? Or the Democratic Party sending in pallets worth of fucking bricks to riot sites all throughout LA while this was going on? Is there a group of people, perchance, that are behind it? If we look at some of the rioting that's been going on, some of the groups involved, maybe Trans-Tifa, if we were to look at that, could we possibly puzzle together who might be behind this nefarious plan? Yes, we could. Oh, Trans-Tifa. I've got some good footage of that. I've got some illuminating shit on Trans-Tifa. Oh, we all love them, don't we, folks? But I think now would be a good time for the midstream break. We've gone for about an hour or so here. I've got shirts to sell, goddammit. This is a hat-funded economy. And to celebrate the 4th of July and the jingoistic Americana that I'm loving the return of. I love that big dick American energy. Feeling good. Everybody's got that going. Got a collection. A nice little collection over at the store. We've got some 1776 brutal Americanism. Hola, amigo. Heritage American. The ice shirt where it says, in Spanish, if you can read this, you're getting deported. I think if you wear that shirt when you report somebody, you get a bounty. I don't know if maybe I could get a merch deal with ICE going. I'm not 100% sure. And where would you go to get these amazing shirts and hats in this hat-funded economy? Over at Metokur.myshopify.com. While we take our midstream break here, I'll let a commercial play so you know where to go buy it. Because we all love this jingoistic shit. I do. I'm fucking down for it. Feeling good to be an American. And trebuchet illegals over the wall. Should make it a fucking Olympic sport, if you're asking me. Let's put the merch commercial on. And we'll be back in 5 minutes. Let's say 5 minutes. Oh my god, I hope you stop by the amazing store. Metokur.myshopify.com to get your best hats on the internet, some great shirts and t-shirts and mugs and all the other shit. Lots of stuff down there. Oh, I see some big money. Oh, let me go read that. We've got one from Grassroots Hegemon. What's a little Hitler between friends? Yeah, well, now you're getting it. Now you're getting it. Got one from Evil Bunny here. Bunny, say hi, Tammy. Thanks for everything. From your husband. All right. I think we got one more here if I can get to it. Oh, can I get to it? There we go. Emperor Dion the Lion. Hey, Metokur, did you hear how many of these Cuban immigrants voted for Trump because they thought black Americans would get deported? To where exactly? But now they're the ones being deported? Anyways, my channel got a strike for being a little too based, but shout me out. Well, Emperor Dion the Lion, there you go. They got hoisted by their own petard, did they? A little turnabout is fair play? Is that what happened? Oh, well, let's get back into this here. Where were we? Oh, we were laughing. We're laughing at everything. Okay, so I compiled a little bit more of the anti-ICE rioting behavior, especially in particular from one section of the United States. There's, well, I guess calling it a section is underplaying the size of it. We're talking about the West Coast. Washington, Oregon, and California. Can you guess? Can you guess what majority of this footage revolves around? Oh, I hope you're ready. this is going to be fun. I think we're all going to have a lot of fun. But first, let me just show you a few things. Well, actually, do I want to show you this last, or do I want to show this first? I'm going to show that last. We're going to go to this first. We're going to go to this first.
I ain't opening this motherfucking door.
I like these are two different clips from the same person, by the way. Like, imagine you're just you're hanging out in your fucking apartment and this shit's going on nonstop day and night. Smelly fucking commie hippies just out in the street making ruckus nonstop. Have you ever noticed, I've kind of noticed this play out over the last fucking decade, but have you ever noticed how politicians, when they talk about this sort of shit, always talk about the rights of the rioters and the people that are causing the disruptions, not wanting to escalate it or incite tensions, or looking out for their rights to burn your shit to the ground, but they never talk about the people in the community that get fucked with. Minnesota's a great example of that. When the BLM riots happened here because of George Floyd, and the ones preceding it and the ones following it. All right, walls bent over backwards, let precincts get burned to the ground, businesses get burned to the ground, with the excuse that insurance would cover it, everybody'd be fine. Except nobody was fine. All these small businesses folded. People left the neighborhood. It became a shithole. Minneapolis is a shithole right now. But I've seen that repeat itself with Newsom and everybody else. Always talking, always wanting to protect it, give all the rights and never arrest and never prosecute. But the poor motherfucker stuck in an apartment complex or a house that's on the boulevard this shit's going on just has to live with it every fucking day of their life. Oh, by the way, this clip, if you're going to do a propaganda piece for ICE in America, like El Salvador did for their shit, this is so fucking great. I love, there's something about this shot where the gates open. Just watch. It's so fucking good. I fucking love that. Pushes the dirty little hippie back on her ass. They're coming out just locked and loaded and ready to fuck with them. It's not even a game. We're just coming. We've come to play. Man, imagine this is your job. Like, this is, again, all of this shit, it's just the flavor of the week for these people, but, you know, it's quote-unquote the protest against immigration and rounding up illegal immigrants, but just have to deal with this shit every day. As a cop or as an ICE agent, you can't tell me you would want to grab your baton and just crack somebody's fucking skull. is it Florida or is it Texas that redid their laws where it says that if protesters if protesters are blocking your vehicle, you're legally allowed to run them over? What state was that they just did it? They just did it very recently. Where they're like, if you're being hemmed in, if they're fucking with your commute to go to work because they're dicks, you're legally allowed to just floor it. You can put the pedal down all the way and just pull that motherfucker right over their corpse. Florida. Florida's building alligator Alcatraz. Florida's deputizing everybody to be judges. Florida's out there letting it be legal to run these motherfuckers over. Oh, God, DeSantis really wants to run after Trump's term is over, doesn't he? He's like, look at my state. We let you hunt criminals. We made it into a sport. we've made it legal to hunt people for sport in our state.
Watch out!
You ever notice too, and I know this has been commented on before, but at a lot of these anti-ICE rallies, where they're talking about how all these people just want to be American, they love America, the land of opportunity, they're always waving flags from countries they fled. Why is that? If you fled here from Mexico, because Mexico is such a ungodly, hellish shithole, why are you waving their flag talking about Mexican pride? Why are you coming here with the flag of a foreign nation marching in my street illegally? Telling me fuck America and Mexican pride. If it's so great, go back. God, can you imagine the smell? Just a bunch of fat Mexican girls and dirty white hippies? It must smell like shit. I think that's why they're wearing the facial coverings. I know the media's been up their ass. Why are all the Marines? Why are the National Guard? Why are our ICE agents wearing face masks? The response should be, I wish Homan would go out there and be like, have you ever smelled these people? Have you ever smelled these disgusting fucks? Now this is, I think, heartwarming, Chad. There's no better way to convince middle-class America that illegal immigrants should be allowed to stay here and that ICE is evil than just getting together on the 4th of July and burning the American flag. Just, screaming, fuck the government, fuck Whitey, fuck the 4th of July, fuck history. Let's burn the flag. We love our illegal immigrants, and let's get the rest of America to love them too. Let's burn the flag. I didn't notice it before. Let me back the footage up a little bit. Hold on. Let me just let me get this where I need to get it. Is this the African American Carrot Top? What the fuck? How unfortunate are you? Holy fuck! You're a ginger. You're a black dude who's a ginger. Good God! Just kill yourself. It's game over at that point. You've got so much working, no wonder. Oh, he's raging against everything. It's not even directed at us. It's that he's not there because of the immigrants and he hates America. He's just mad that he's a ginger black dude. I can kind of sympathize. Somebody buy him a gun and let him just finish it.
Fuck the fork! Fuck the fork! Fuck the fork!
I can't stop looking at him. That's all I can focus on now. I don't know how I missed this originally when I was cutting this piece for this little collage. My little montage. How is that? How does that happen? It's not even red. He's not even a ginger. It's orange. It's the worst color. It's the worst color. Orange and black don't go together. God almighty, that's unfortunate. Do you think that was by choice? Was he held at gunpoint? Did one of those gangbangers that was fucking that judge's wife show up with a gun he stole from the guy's daughter and say, hey, you better paint your hair orange or I'm going to shoot you?
Here's your blue shoes.
Now this clip is actually interesting. You might wonder, how is this related? This is a homeless encampment getting shut down. Oh, well, you're going to find out, or at least I would hope you would have pieced this together by now. But you'll notice that a majority of those that support these rioting activist movements, regardless of what they are, BLM, anti-immigration, whatever it is, they're always out there, advocating, quote unquote, for the homeless. But what they're really advocating for is a steady stream of easily bribed people they can give drugs to go out and help cause destruction. That's why these fucking activists who take part in all these protests are always so pro-homeless. They want them on every street corner. They want them high as a kite on meth and not in jail or arrested or in a fucking shelter. They want them out on the street burning shit down because they know one or two pills of oxy and they got them. It's a cheap buy.
Okay, so I leave for 20 minutes and I come back and we're sweeping camp with zero notice.
No, they got posted.
Where? I haven't seen it. I've been here every day. Where?
It was posted and documented.
Can you tell me where it was posted? Can you show me?
Oh, there's nothing I love more than the sassy gay guy voice. I love the indignant, and it's not just sassy gay, indignant sassy gay. When they just walk up and they're sassing you, they're just so sassy. You want to punch him right in the face.
You don't remember because it wasn't posted. I've been here every day and it wasn't posted. Can you tell me your badge number and your name, please? And
Excuse me. Excuse me. Can I get your badge number? I need your badge number right now. I'm very upset. I'm out here on the street corner sucking dicks, and you're arresting all the homeless men whose cocks I wish to fillet. That is a hate crime. The governor said you need to let me suck cock. And I need all of these homeless men with their AIDS-riddled gonorrhea dicks just fucking my mouth, feeding me and seating me. That's how I live in Seattle.
Right to tell, yeah.
652.
And what was your name?
652.
Your name is 652. Yeah, you're not telling me your name because you know it wasn't fucking posted. Do you guys want to tell me why this happened without it being posted?
It has been posted. Just because
Where?
you didn't see the placard doesn't mean that it was
Okay,
not.
so
They
if
have
I-
it documented. You can request that the city send you that document. We're not the ones that hold it, okay? And this area right now is closed so they can do their job. If you want to pick anything up, you
The
can go to
public
their
sidewalk.
warehouse in about 4 hours.
I love how it's a chick. There's something about women. Women have a very special relationship with gay men. They cut through the shit a lot of the time. She basically walked over and said, "Get the fuck out of here, faggot. Go be a fag somewhere else. Go suck a dick down another street corner. We're busy arresting these people. I have a vagina. You have no power here. My pussy means that you have no power here. That guy over there, he got confused. He has a penis. I don't have a penis, and I don't tolerate sassy gay men."
The public sidewalk. Great.
Yep,
awesome.
just for this moment.
Great. Awesome.
Turn that shit down!
Oh, now this is where it gets fun. If you remember at the start of the clips, where that lady's in the apartment complex and she's got all these people making all this fucking noise. I talked about deprogramming. That's the word I was looking for. As if people kind of come out of this cult-like status of how bad things were. You know, as judges get arrested, politicians get arrested, rioters get arrested. Normal people are just reaching their level. They're hitting their tolerance level of taking shit. So I put together a few clips of this because it's heartwarming. It's heartwarming. Watch people screaming at communist hippies. I fucking love it.
It's midnight! I will turn it down. I would love to. You just have to ask my...
Oh, I told you. Sassy gay dude. What do we got here? Literally, tight leather chaps, no shirt. He's wearing a fucking harness. Or are we going to hook you up to a cart? You're going to giddy up around the city center? You going to haul me somewhere, faggot? Why are you wearing a harness? What possible reason would you have to wear that in this year? Fucking tight leather pants, his harness, dyed hair with a megaphone, being super sassy and gay.
Being nice even though you're screaming at me.
Fuck you!
Okay.
I'm coming back every night. I'm destroying and wrecking your shit. Turn it down. We the people need sleep. Motherfuckers. You're worse than ICE. You heard what I said, bitch.
Talking to us calmly would be a hell of a lot better
Fuck
than...
yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
You colonize your fucking ass, bitch.
I don't know if you caught it. That's my favorite line of this clip. This little white girl, a liberal arts student, I guarantee you. It's probably at fucking Evergreen College. One of those, you know? Super hippie, super progressive stack believer, that kind of bitch. And there's this big black woman telling her to decolonize her own ass.
Go fuck yourself, bro. I don't give a fuck. Stick that cane up your ass.
Make it. Come on. I'm ready to go.
First time of balls.
Fuck you. Turn that shit down. You know what happens when the first ball Turn it down.
Turn it down.
Oh, this one is interesting. If you go to Andy Nagao's Twitter account, he tracks a lot of Transtifa, especially on the West Coast. And there are certain insane motherfuckers out there. Now, here's this older white woman going fucking pole to pole, pulling down all the tranny Antifa fucking posters, talking about rioting and doing shit. And this dude loses his shit. This little old woman is just fucking with Antifa for the fun of it on a Sunday.
Hi.
Oh, do you notice too? Look in the center of the screen. Make her famous. They're always into that cancel shit. We're gonna dox you. Oh, so scary, Transtifa. Here comes a spur gown.
Watch your back, ugly ass cracker. I'm posting this picture everywhere. Also, I'll keep an eye out for your bitch ass.
Do you notice? Have you noticed anything, by the way? Every time one of these guys speaks, it's always a sassy gay voice. Are you starting to notice a little bit of a stereotype ringing true here?
I'm gonna make cook stew out of your fucking head, bitch.
Go.
Seemed very upset. Little upset, little bit sassy.
That makes you a fucking threat.
Leave.
You need to fucking go.
Leave.
No, why not?
Leave. You're gonna blow vape smoke in your face repeatedly again or skip around you again? I'll do it.
We don't care.
Yo, bro, if you don't get off the street with your MAGA hat, I'm gonna vape in front of you. What an insufficient threat that is. How cooked are Zoomers? What is that? I'm gonna vape in your face. I smoke cigarettes, faggot. What is your vape gonna do? What? You're gonna blow fucking? What is that gonna? Oh no! Oh, the air's a little more moisturized. Oh God, the humidity's getting to me. Please don't vape in my direction.
Do whatever you want. We don't care. We don't care. Go. Go. We don't care. I'm protesting. We don't care. We don't care.
You're not protesting, bitch. Get the fuck out of here.
Go.
You come in and you put hands on me. You're fucking violent.
Did you finally get your
You're
compressions
fucking
off? I was
violent.
telling you.
And we don't want
needed?
your violence here. We're fighting against violence.
Nobody cares. Is a cop your brother? Are you a cop's brother?
Who?
Are you related to a police officer?
No, I'm not. Okay.
Because a lot of times people
Get the fuck home!
I swear to God, man, I'm gonna vape so fucking hard. I'm gonna get the sassy gay guy in the horse harness over here, and we're gonna vape the fuck out of you, bro.
You on the sidewalk?
Go home. I will tell you what to do because we don't fuck with you.
Eyes. I don't fuck with you.
Fuck eyes, fuck Trump, fuck Vance,
Fuck eyes. Go home.
None of us is free until we're all free.
Oh, here we go. If you want me to put a bow tie on this. So who is helping to foment this? I'm not talking about the money angle, because yeah, people are bringing bricks, they're bringing mass. We all get it. There are rich forces behind a lot of this shit. We understand that. I don't think that needs to be explained to you. But who are the organizational middlemen? Who are the people that are helping to take, the edict from on high, from the money, and deliver it to the homeless dregs on the street, the people of their horse harnesses and assless chaps, the homeless drug addicts, the sassy gay men? Who's that middleman? Well, enter the communists. Oh my God, McCarthy was much more right than he was wrong. You will find these fuckers everywhere. They're always behind the scenes, and they hold little meetings, where they talk about their goals and their aspirations for their protests and their movements. So let's listen to a little audio. I want you to hear how brain dead retarded modern day Western communism is.
And an injury to one is an injury to all. And yes, trans joy is political. And I'm here to say that there is no greater joy than the joy of militancy.
Trans joy is political, and the best kind of trans joy is militant for trans joy. Now it's starting to make sense why all those sassy gay men are out on the street wearing bras and in dresses and assless chaps. They're being militant and expressing their trans joy as directed by the Communist Party of America.
When our march arrived at the edge of Volunteer Park on Friday evening, the energy radiating from our crowd of 200 militant marchers was truly electric. From the newly minted trans socialist organizers who got to lead with megaphones for the very first time, to the countless young trans people who had perhaps never had the opportunity to participate in a militant, solidarity-based direct action around trans rights.
They've literally, I don't think you understand how nefarious this is. Much like how they, are very pro-homeless because they want easy bodies to collect for protests. I honestly think that the commies, at the behest, acting as the middlemen, that the commies have helped to spread transsexualism, to take mentally disturbed young men, to turn them into street fighters for their cause. They're arming all the sassy gay men in dresses and sending them out into the streets. Well, the 60 or so percent that survive, aside from the 40% that, off themselves.
The joy was palpable and undeniably powerful. What joy could be greater than the joy that comes from the knowledge that when we fight together, we can win? And comrades, we really need that win. To end all these oppressions, we're going to have to rise up against them and against the capitalist exploitation that lies at the root of them. We're going to need to fight together as a class to overthrow the whole damn thing and replace it with a society based on the needs of the entire human race instead of a tiny, power-hungry minority with outsized weight to throw around.
Not a hint of irony in that statement. A tiny minority with outsized weight to throw around. It's always projection. That, sir, is what you are. You and the rest of the leftist communists, you and the trannies, you and the rioters, you are a minority that has outsized weight you throw around. You do not have the numbers to affect the change you want. So you go around and be destructive. And you work in concert with people that have been bought in the mainstream media and in government and in the judicial branch to wreak havoc everywhere. But he says this, thinking it applies to the general population. It applies to him. It applies to him. Also wearing a mask while on a video call, And I guarantee you he's the type of person that would scream about an ICE agent out enforcing something wearing a face covering. He'd have a problem with that, but not with him covering up his identity.
The existence and acceptance in society of queer and trans people is a threat to the social narrative that the ruling class uses to uphold the structure of the nuclear family, an exploitative structure they created for their own ends. They attempt to uphold that.
By the way, they hate traditionalism and they fucking hate the nuclear family. If you thought, I want you to think on all the advertisements and all the television shows for the last 10 to 20 years that have really harped on trying to make the family dynamic look dysfunctional, to paint heterosexual relationships as weird, marriage is weird, having a family is weird, caring about your kids is weird, wanting any of that is weird. That's what he advocates for. He thinks it's fucked up that you want to get married and have kids. He thinks it's fucked up you see that as normal. He seeks to destroy that. These people very much are into spreading this sort of shit and proliferating it throughout society as a whole, whether that's through entertainment or through governance. Anything they can do to subvert you and to make you think you're the weird one. The same guy that says shit like trans joy is political and it needs to be militant is also the guy that said, you know, a mother and a father raising a child is weird.
Structure by propagating narratives that women and men are inherently different from each other by nature, that sex and gender are the same thing, and that people who transgress these fabricated boundaries are at best sick and at worst predatory. In a word, bullshit.
Where it is that the origin of like oppression of queer people, both trans and also gay people, you know, there's a common origin, and you know, in terms of the nuclear family being a very useful tool for reproducing new workers and having a system in which to train them through specifically women's oppression in the form of making them handle, like the term you used was reproductive labor, which is the term that we Marxists use to describe just like everything that it takes to train and raise and otherwise
reproductive labor. They can't even see a functional relationship, people being in love and having a family, as something existing outside the concept of their class warfare. Everything is labor. A woman having a child is a form of employment. To them, they can't fathom the idea that there's a normal family dynamic. It's all work. The man must have tricked the woman. He secretly inseminated her against her will and has now put her in slave labor to give birth to a baby. They're fucking lunatic. Just listen to the shit they say. How miserable are they? They seek to spread that misery everywhere.
Prepare the next generation of workers after they're born.
I hear a lot of rhetoric online, and especially, you know, in right-wing circles of like abolition of the nuclear family, and they want to come after traditional gender roles and traditional nuclear family and like one man, one woman and the kids and the dogs and the 2.5 fences or whatever it is. And they kind of paint it as if that husband, wife, 2.5 kids, and a golden retriever is like how it is, how it's always been, and how like it's just human nature. It's just the way it is. But when I first kind of started, you know, exploring Marxism and read Engels' book on the origin of the family, it really is, you think about the nuclear family, and it was essentially created to send men to work in factories for low wages and high output, and then was meant to keep women home, isolated, so that they can't independently organize, and then also, you know, raising the next generation of workers so that they basically have a complete endless flow.
I love how she frames it like that. Because again, everything has to be employment. There can't be a concept of a family structure or the idea that, you know, a relationship is give and take and that each partner contributes in their own way. That, yeah, maybe the man is the one that goes out and financially provides while the woman takes care of the home. They don't see that as being possibly equal in any way. It has to be screwed up somehow. It has to be wrong somehow. They're very vehemently opposed to it. They want it just destroyed. And these are the people you will see just ingrained deeply, fucking super deeply ingrained into these protest movements, into these activist movements. They're always there. They really are always there. I saw some people in chat saying McCarthy was right. Listen, he went a little too far in some places, but I think he had a pretty good finger on the pulse of them trying to be subversive. and to really push this shit.
And when you look at the nuclear family like that in an honest lens, abolition of the nuclear family doesn't sound so big and scary. And it's these little pieces and these little, specific phrases that get taken out of context to make Marxism seem like this kind of evil, scary.
Separately, and
it's just taken out of context. You're just trying to make it look evil and scary. You're literally sitting here telling me trans rights should be militant and it's joyful, and that you seek to undermine and destroy the nuclear family. How is that taken out of context? You've plainly spoken and said what it is you really truly advocate for and believe in.
Their own identity group in the struggle against exploitation, and to make sure that the nuclear family stays the norm so that they can outsource the labor of social reproduction, oppressing women by saddling them with all the work of childbearing, housework, and elder care while forcing down their wages relative to men in the workplace.
Can we talk about any of the studies that have come out in the last 20 years talking about fulfillment and happiness in life, and how many women that have gone into the workforce and have been single and didn't start a family are fucking miserable? That's not to say that it has to be barefoot and pregnant, but there seems to be a trade-off that's happened, and a lot of women are finding out they're not very satisfied with it. And it's also interesting watching the correlation and the rise between that unhappiness in women in the modern day and age. And people, have you ever seen these real-life dolls, these newborn baby dolls? There's an entire business about it. I think, what is it, Papa Meat or whatever, did a fucking video on this, talking about how it's big business now. People want realistic-looking fake babies because they gave up on families on their own, and it's become this big market with independent artists out there building these fucking abominations. It looks like some creepy fucking hell doll that looks like it could rival Chucky, like it came out of some movie franchise sequel from the 80s. And people are buying it up. They're having fake babies. They're so unhappy. They're eggless, and they're not married. They have no relationships, and they turned out, trading that for that career for a family wasn't something that made them happy. Yet they will never talk about that. They will say that the nuclear family is wrong, that traditionalism is wrong, and that they just need to just destroy it to make everything better.
By now, I hope you're seeing a bit of how the capitalists work to keep the people they marginalize fighting separately in their own identity groups. And I hope you're also moving toward the conclusion that our struggles are deeply connected, if you're not already there, and that trans and queer people need to fight back alongside women and Black people against our respective oppressions under capitalism. I also want to argue that we need to stand with immigrants against the terror campaign that is currently being unleashed on them.
See, I know it was a bit of a buildup, but I wanted to end it with this specific, group of idiots talking. With that, he brings in everything: destruction of the nuclear family, trans rights, queer people rising up. But of course it ends. The capstone on that is those goddamn ICE agents. We've got to stand in solidarity with the illegal immigrants against those ICE
and
agents.
And with Palestinians against the outright genocide being carried out by the state of Israel and their imperialist allies around the world, and especially in the U.S.
Only one solution! I don't know how much more obvious I can make it. They're literally marching in the streets saying what they believe. You never see it on news broadcasts, but here they are. Another one of their fucking parades. A commie parade.
There's only one solution. Communist revolution. There's only one solution. There's only one solution. Communist revolution. Communist revolution. Less war, not culture war. 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 No war in the class 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 war. Fight Trump and the Democrats do. And the Democrats do. Neither party represents you. Neither party represents you. Only we can win this fight. Only we can win this fight. Working on the world unite. Working on the world unite. Only we can win this fight. Only we can win this fight. No war in the class war. No war in the class war. No war in the class war. No war. Stand up, fight back. Stand up, fight back. Stand up, fight back. Stand up, fight back.
Now, I want you to take a really good look at this. This is a gathering of the same people that are out there protesting right now against ICE, against the illegal immigrants getting deported, And you'll notice something. You'll see Mexican flags, trans flags, gay flags, communist flags. You'll see every variety of sexual interest or fetishism on display here. It's an amalgam of every sort of person, and they are for everything except America. The left has become the party that is literally for everything except America. For illegal immigrants, for sexual degeneracy, for communism, for anti-traditionalism, but not for America. Can't be proud of the country, can't be proud of the people of the country, can't be proud of any of the apparatuses of the power of the country. It's just a group of miserable, unhappy fucking people dedicated to making everybody else miserable and unhappy. And we have reached a tipping point where things are changing. Now, will they all be solved? Will all the problems be taken care of? Probably not. But you've been shown through you said getting cut, through all these different things happening. Oh, 1 second. 1 second here. Sorry about that. A little bit of an interruption to make sure my audio is working. You've been shown. No, my audio is working. You've been shown through you said being cut. You've been shown through ICE getting a budgetary increase. You've been shown through our diplomatic relations with different countries and different groups all around the world that things are possible to change. You know, that whole line you've been fed, that bullshit that's been shoveled down your throat about too big to fix, too corrupt to change, not true. You can fix it. You can change it. And these people, these communists, these hippies, these leftists that are pro, fucking tearing shit up and rioting and burning it to the ground, they're going to tantrum real big. They're going to be real big mad. It's only going to increase. That's why I want the high definition drone footage of trannies getting tear gassed in the face and having flashbangs explode next to their head, because there's going to be plenty of opportunities. But when talking about this, when talking about these different people, like I said, things are changing. How are they changing? Well, DAs that have been put in place all throughout the country for the longest time have either not charged people or they've let them just walk out with sweetheart deals. Now things are changing. 4 more Portland Antifa riot suspects have been federally charged. The cases are not being immediately dropped, and some Antifa are beginning to feel it's not safe to continue rioting. A big government coming in, saying we've had enough of your commie bullshit. Now look at this. Another Portland trans Tifa has been federally charged over the anti-ICE insurrection. All people that are well known. These aren't people that are like a fucking mystery. They've been doing it for 10 goddamn years. Here's another one. A trans person carried out a series of violent attacks in downtown Portland on July 4th. This man allegedly assaulted a child, attacked a person with a fucking knife, and threatened another. The local media referring to the man as a woman they've not been taken into custody. Look at this motherfucker. Look at this big boy. Big old boy. Big old boy with a big old booty out there doing shit. Getting federally charged. Not getting away with it anymore, are you, Tubby? They never look like women. Look at this. Who leaves the house looking like this thinking I'm a pretty girl? Clearly somebody with a mental illness. I'm glad we don't have to pretend anymore. Holy shit. This is what our ICE boys are up against. A bunch of fucking filthy hippies, communists, and big fat fucking trannies. That's why I said that we need to get their, that's why they need cheerleaders to help, lighten the mood for them when they're out there tear gassing these motherfuckers. When they're out there doing their job. Oh, God, I love the 4th of July. I love the celebration of it. I love that we've come back to being able to be proud of being an American and not taking shit from the rest of the world. I love that these disparate elements within the country are finally just being called out for being tantruming assholes. And then we can finally just laugh at them again. That's fun. That's a good time. I don't have to accept that I need to respect some fucking psychopath wearing a dog outfit Or some fat fucking guy with tattoos and a dress that I could just call him crazy and tell him communism is fag shit and then give him the middle finger and then applaud as ICE flashbangs their ass? Uses a grenade launcher right in their face? Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I hope you're enjoying it too. So that was my little ICE appreciation stream for this 4th of July weekend. I hope you had a great time yesterday with the parade, the fireworks, and the barbecue. Hope you enjoyed the shit show to come. $35 billion, a lot of money, a lot of new hiring positions. If you feel like hunting people down, go apply at ICE. And remember, if you see something, say something. Or if we turn to the age of snitching. We need some McCarthy era anti-communist shit. We need that. We need some good old-fashioned anti-communist propaganda. Let's rev that shit back up. Let's start making those posters again. Oh God, I want some of those old-fashioned black and white videos talking about commies. That's what we need here again. So let me we'll do one more break. I'll put on a little merch commercial again. Metokur.myshopify.com for this hat-funded economy. We'll do a merch commercial, and when I come back, I'll do super chats. Let me just put this up here. There we go. Short break. There we are. All right, we'll do that. Come back to super chats. For everybody taking off, have a great weekend. Enjoy it. Have some more barbecue. I'm sure there are more people shooting off fireworks. Probably more parades. Fucking carnivals, all that fun shit. 4th of July weekend, good stuff. Go and have a good time with your friends and family. Everybody else, stick around 5 minutes. We'll be back, and we will do the Ko-Fi, Cash App, and super chats. Let me just find the merch commercial. Again, Metokur.myshopify.com for all your jingoistic needs. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. So I will do the super chats, we'll do the Cash App stuff and Ko-Fi first, then I'll jump to the YouTube ones. So bear with me, folks. Oh, we got one from Matthew here. More tank tops in my tank tops, please. Love the new gear. Well, I'm glad you like it over at Metokur.myshopify.com. From Hamilton, you're the best. Be blessed. Happy year. Glad you're here with us. Well, thank you very much. From Hot Cognitions, hope you lynch those Europores good. Jim and NRU. Well, always happy to oblige. From Brandon, love your vids. Well, thank you. Got one from Joseph here. To our favorite hat merchant. Well, thank you very much, Joseph. Let's see. We got one from KB here. Hey, Jim, what do you think about Elon stating that the American Party, do you think he'll import vast hordes of South Asians to vote for him like they did on his X polls? I don't know. Didn't the Indians turn on him? Didn't he do something recently that turned them against him? I don't know. I haven't really paid attention a ton to Elon Musk. I thought he was gearing up to go to Mars now or some shit. We got one from Frank. Metokur, you never did watch along for the Murdoch Border Runner 3 or 4. Those were a couple of the cooler episodes they did. Might be worth it in the future. I don't know. Well, I do love Murdoch. I just hate how they've had all their shit wiped from the internet. From a Woken Tree, with Reform UK divided and no other trustworthy alternatives, do you think that we will ever face a chance to reclaim our homelands? It's disheartening seeing how brainwashed my family is along with the majority of the UK. Yet I have hope. How do you convince people of the truth? Well, I didn't think things would really change in America. I was pretty black-pilled, to be honest with you. But they did. I don't know. One day enough is just enough and things start to change. You just got to hold out till then. Got one from Sean here, but no message I'm seeing, so maybe got changed. From Nagru, God bless America. Hoping Alberta and Saskatchewan can separate from Canada and join you guys. The rest of Canada up here is insane. Yeah, you're kind of surrounded by batshit country, aren't you? Everybody a little loopy. From I Ate the Juice, remember AOC pretending to be handcuffed. I think they want to be arrested. They are also desperate to have their own Trump mugshot. Gavin is so thirsty for it. I'm curious what your opinion on Trump versus Elon. Trump is on the list. Cash saying Epstein killed himself shit is. I thought that was fucking retarded. I got the feeling, Elon has done that before, by the way. I can't remember the exact country it happened in. They're like kids stuck in a fucking cave or something. And he wanted to send in a submarine, but the submarine wouldn't fit. And all the people on site were like, dude, the submarine's not going to fit in this fucking cave to get these kids out. And there was like a British diver there, and he's like, I'll go in and rescue him. But Elon got really pissed off, and he started calling the guy a pedophile. And I'm pretty sure the dude ended up suing him and won. Or Elon settled out of court. I can't remember the details. But I saw Trump and Elon start fighting each other, and then he pulled out the same thing he did on the British diver. And I was like, God damn, he went right for blood. I don't know what happened. If they had a cat fight or what. I have fucking no clue. As far as the list, they need to fucking release it. That shit that Pam Bondi, was it Pam Bondi? Where she gave already released information to fucking influencers. Like, oh, here it comes. Don't fuck around with it. Just release the shit. Enough fucking dick teasing. From Woken Tree again. Does Jaden bounce on it crazy style, or what's left of your frail pelvis turn to dust? Jim Smoothie. Is our foreskin the only freedom in the UK? Can Murdoch pull his finger out of his ass and reach the new mass of Austrian painter fans? Is it over? God bless Potato Man. I don't know if Murdoch's ever coming back. From Overwatered. Thanks for being fun background noises. I evacuate flooding in my area. Better water than illegals. Well, that's right, because you can mop up the water easily. Or easier than you can the illegals. From I Ate the Juice again. I've been wanting Looney Tunes to become a thing for such a long time. Did you see me spamming in your chat last stream? I'd like to think I was the Genesis. You need a Looney Tunes intro parody, where instead of Bugs Bunny or a carrot, it's Keffels holding a dilator. Well, I'll get right on that. I'm sure I can have AI make it. From Silverin, Brutal Americanism. From the Clam Slam, welcome to the Sub Club. From Shinjutsu, Jim, I have a burning question. In 2022, back in the Odyssey days, one of the songs he used for breaks was the Insane N-Word song, featuring some crazy rambling dude. I need to know who the heck that guy was. What's his story? That was just the dude that posted crazy shit. I can't remember his name, I'll be honest with you. I just liked it for the song. I will see if I can find the song and I'll post it on Twitter. That one waifu guy. Cute and Funny Bot 2020. Hello Hat Merchant, check up a Randbot lately. Seems like he's having a real one. And there's a link to a site I've never heard of, waifu guy, so I don't know if I'm going to click that. Got some donations with no messages, but thank you. From Robert, wanted to send you something you might like. Look up YouTube's Stephen King Ann. Something old, but the I Like Destroying Horde or The Corpse of Charlie Roll, narrated by, who do we got here? Edward French. They're all on YouTube. I hope you enjoy them, as I have. I do like audiobooks, so I will give that a gander if I get a chance to. Let me just pull up. Hold on one second here. Getting the full list of super chats is always such a pain in the ass. It's like YouTube just intentionally makes it difficult, and I don't know why. All right, hold on. Where are we going here? Okay, one second. I'm just got to scroll to make it all load up here. I see somebody sent a sticker. Okay, I can work. I can fuck with that. That works for me. Okay, from Mark, $2 for Cancer Fix. All hope is lost at NRU. Buddha so Cancer AIDS flavored gamer subs and Metokur waifu cups when. Also, happy 4th of July to Jim and Jade. Well, thank you. Woodland Princess, still want to know who Reformed Stoic is? He's crazy. Oh, well, that should answer your question, guy who asked it earlier. I'm pretty sure that is Reformed Stoic. From Waifu, hello, Jim. What's your opinion on the lolly question? Well, what would the lolly question be? I'm not into lolly myself, if that's what you're asking. So, is it people that watch lolly? What are we getting into here? From Lassiel, hope you're on the mend, Jim. It's too quiet without you and way too loud with Ralph and Merch flailing for pocket change and relevance. Also, what have you been reading lately? Well, I've mostly been into audiobooks. It's just that or creepypasta, or watching like manga narration. It's mostly shit I can put on in the background as I'm doing like model kits. As I do, Gunpla level shit. From Josh Sketch Show, happy 4th. God bless. Always praying for you. Can you tell my buddy Andrew Petrie to hit the gym and start loving himself? He's probably watching the stream right now. From Waifu and NRU. From Joe K. To all my friends worried about getting deported, I have a message. Stay frosty, amigos. From Gifted Monster. How much the USA caves to the land of Oy vey miasma. I'm surprised it's not called the foreskin of July. We all know what they do to those. Also, how am I going to pronounce this? Hilalu, Telvanni, or Redoran? Are we talking about houses in fucking Morrowind? What are you talking? We need you to read Lusty Argonian Maid. Probably not going to get away with. I'd have to go look it up. From Blade 2.0. I hope you had a great Independence Day. I did. I had a great one. From Mads Jensen, or are you? Got a sticker here from Samsa. Thank you. From Drewby. Good evening, Jim. I'm doing my part as a millennial introducing Zoomers to Murdoch. They're loving it. It is great shit. From Tim. Bought a 4 out of 5 hat for my son's birthday. It's up to him to buy a hat for his hat from that dirty hat merchant. It's going to be like, why'd you buy me a fucking hat with stars on it? From Caveman and from Pluffitch, 83. Hope you and Jade had a happy fuck England day on the 4th. Best wishes to you, bro. Well, we always do. From Jonah Hex, the South will rise again. From Brandon, man, it's good to see you still alive. How's your health been? I've been watching you since I was 16. Now I'm 24. I'm Canadian. I hope your 4th of July. I hope my 4th of July was great. Well, I will show you currently how my health has been. Give me 1 sec. Again, I wish I need to have like waiting music. Okay, let me see if I can. I will find directly how my health is doing and share it with you. There we go. Let me just put it in for the audience. Actually, I'm gonna put a poll up. Hold on 1 second, chat. Where is the fucking? There it is. Do you know what this is? Before I show this, because he asked, "How's your health doing?" Now, obviously, I'm gonna give you the answer, but I want you to. There's no point in answering this now because I haven't even put it up on stream yet. But once it's up on stream, I want you to guess if you know what this is for our person asking, "How's your health doing?" 1 sec. Here we go. No, that's a penny. That doesn't count. If you answer, if you're like, I know what a penny is, you're fucking cheating. There we go. There's the full picture. There we go. I'll let that sit for a minute. Now again, you assholes answered the fucking poll. There's nothing there. You're cheating, motherfuckers. This doesn't even count. These first votes don't count. Do you know what this is? You all rush to answer. Fucking nothing on screen. Give that a second. I've already mystery's already solved with people in the fucking chat. I'm gonna guess that's the majority of males in the fucking chat being like, God damn. Yes, you would be correct to the people in chat. That's how my health has been. Those are the first two. Do you see there's a hook on this thing? There's a fucking, it's got a switchblade. This fucking kidney stone on the right has a blade on it. It's a fish hook. I pissed a fish hook out of my dick. That's how my health has been. And that was just the first two. I passed 3 more. I passed 3 more. I was able to avoid surgery. But that's how it has been. Those really hurt. Especially the motherfucker with a hook. Because it's not one way out. It's back and forth. It moves a little and then retracts and moves a little and retracts. Yeah, that was fun. That was a good time. My 4th has been doing good because it's out of me now. All of them are out of me. They've all been removed. So there's your fucking answer. How's your health been, Jim? Well, that's how it's been. Always super fun. From Christmas, hope you all had a great Independence Day, USA, USA. Communists need not apply. Very true. Filthy Gaijin, shout out to my friend Luger from Warships General. Congratulations on becoming a fellow Ameriburger. From Fletchit, Sweetie Squad for life. From Caveman, Gordita, Goblins on Suicide Watch. Alan Smithy, Jim, you're not allowed to make fun of Europeans for at least a week. They're saving gaming by stopping killing games. Yeah, I saw that was actually really successful, or they got, my understanding is they got more than the signatures they were aiming for. So congrats. From Steve, who's going to build our shitty decks and trim our shrubs? From Celis, hey now, there's also guys like Josh. From Crocodilus, got a free Brutal Americanism hoodie from the misprint in the winter. Thanks, Uncle Jim. From Cilius again. Bounty hunters, imagine if Trump legalized that, but for illegal immigrants. I think they're literally going to do that in Florida. I honest to God think they're legally going to let you do it for sport in Florida. From Honkamania, hey Metokur, can you give a shout out to Jiminy area and Daniels of Sam Hyde's Fish Tank? They all said they were big fans of your stream. Yeah, whatever happened with that? So I know there was some fucking Redditor that got them shut down. And then he got the shit doxed out of him. And he turned out to be like, wasn't he into a bunch of weird shit? He's some 60-year-old fucked up deviant. But they sought the revenge on him for what they did. But was Fish Tank able to get back up off the ground, or are they fucked right now? I haven't been keeping current on that because there's all the shit with the 4th going on. There's other stuff. But they got fucked. They got fucked by this guy. I'll have to wait. I'll have to wait for people in chat to update me on the current situation. Somebody in chat, fuck Reddit. Mike, you're right. Fuck Reddit. From some dummy on YouTube. Of course it was a Redditor. Of course it was. They're still fucked right now. They're fucked, Jim. Well, fantastic. Don't we all love that? Yeah. Fuck him. Fuck the guy that ruined that for everybody. It's a fun show. Everybody enjoys himself. They're making money. Somebody's got to come fuck it up for no reason. From Grimace92, Kevin Nash is so bitter about the summer of 92 he had to publicly say he won't be celebrating the 4th of July. Was that the one where he got raped? The summer of 92 is the one where Kevin Nash got raped, right? The Midwest Request, Hot Wet American Summer 2025. Game bad. Defrocked, derobed, debenched, DP'd. From Random Dude, as someone who works in corrections, people have no idea how leniently criminals are treated. Contraband, cell phone, drugs, prostitution rings are everywhere. Cell doors are propped open all the time, and this is in Texas. There are literal YouTube channels run by prisoners who fucking videotape their shit with their cell phones. There's a guy on YouTube who runs a cooking show from his cell. How the fuck is he doing that? I think he's even monetized. From Black Mesa, thoughts on Elon's tism about H-1B political party. I haven't seen the political party shit. Is it a continuation of his other shit? I'll have to look. From the Gunslinger, Compton is majority brown like 15 years ago. I guess that means our boy Chris is fucked. From Don P. Bongwater, watches a taco benders demand reparations in a few years. I'm sure. Isn't there a Reconquista movement where they want to take back California or some shit? From Andrew Thorsten, chicken bleachers. B-Movie Paul, Trump just banned food stamps from being used on snack food, candy and soda. The outrage is already amazing. Well, isn't that all part of the Make America Healthy Again? I know that a majority of the companies have already agreed to remove dyes from their foods. Right? Red number, 4, whatever the fuck it is, and just all the shit they've been using for years in cereals and candies and everything else. And then I know another avenue of the Make America Healthy thing was that Kennedy talked about taking junk food off of SNAP, right? I'm wondering, are they going to bring back like presidential fitness? Like if you were a kid in the 80s or 90s, chances are you had to once or twice a year compete physically, do a certain amount of pull-ups and push-ups and running and other different games to get a certificate, basically acknowledging that you weren't a fat fuck. Like, are they going to bring that back? Are we going to shame tubbies again? Oh, I'm so sorry, fatty, boom, boom, bitch tits. No fucking certificate for you. No certificate for you, buddy. Oh, God, there's a chance that might come back. Do you know in South Korea, if you go to South Korea and you go to like a public area that's got like a staircase and an escalator, they put signs on the ground. And the signs are, it's a skinny person and it points to the stairs. And then it has a super obese fat fuck and it points to the escalator. So these are signs made for tourists, by the way. So if you're a fat fuck, the Koreans think if you're fat, that you can't walk upstairs. They've specifically made escalators for you. That's how. So I don't know. Maybe we need to bring back presidential fitness and start shaming the fatties. Maybe it's time to start putting little signs on the ground for fatty boom booms that it just acknowledges where fat fucks need to walk. Oh, that's mean. Let's see. Me too. Trump actually doing right-wing politics. Let's fucking go, Jimothy. Are you doing better? No, I'm still fucked. Well, I got the kidney stones out, though, so that feels better. Royal, Daddy Jimbo, the first time I caught you live in over a decade. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for the grooming me for decades. A woo from Bahamut. A hippie getting Facebook or FB'd would be like the flashbanged. I'm sorry. Would be like that Antifa guy getting rocked by the Proud Boy from years ago, but better. It would be amazing. From Caveman, Nicodemus Riotous. From Simon Vanier. Hope you and the audience enjoyed or had a good 4th of July. Well, I had a good time. I hope everybody did. Actually, Dan, don't get too close. That's actually the 6 billion peso man. From Doll, happy 4th, Jim. Glad you're still doing these streams. From Lumen, whenever I wear my Mr. Medicare Bully Brigade t-shirt available from the store with a fantastic selection of hats, I find Jim doing a stream. Well, thank you, Lundman. From Caveman, 109 Injunctions. From VTech 9, My grandparents came here illegally, fleeing communism in Cuba. Keyword legally. I'm tired of these white guilt liberals saying I should support these line jumping assholes because we were both brown. Again, there's nothing that would piss me off more than if I spent, what is it, like 2 or 3 years doing the legal immigration process, learning, the history of the country, taking the tests, doing the application process, learning the language, getting a job, getting financially situated, going through all that shit, doing it the right and legal way, working towards it, to see some ungrateful bastard jump the fence and then demand that he's coddled and allowed to stay. I'd be fuming about it. I would be fucking pissed. From Uncle Piccolo, get lactose to design the guard's outfit and alligator Alcatraz. From Simon, zigzag to the alligator will get you. Okay, we got Beyblade Warrior. We love our immigration enforcement. Buy a hat to support ICE. Mike Hunt is itchy. They need saltwater crocodiles instead of alligators. From Sterling Davis, happy belated 4th, Jim. Thanks for the years of content. God bless you in the United States of America. Well, thank you very much. From Sirius McNegative, I've watched you for years and always thought of you when you read Ulysses by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Made weak by time and fate, but strong in will to survive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. Well, that might be the fanciest thing I've ever had somebody say to me. Usually people are like, hey, you remind me of that one isekai anime, Jim. A really shitty pop culture thing. That's what relates to, but you're pulling out proper quotes here. From Jiggy, thanks for holding on to stay with us to witness the insanity. I'm very fucking happy. I don't have a great prognosis, I'll be honest with you. I'm fucked. But that I got to see things kind of fix themselves, I can't tell you how happy that makes me. That makes me so happy. From Terminator, Ashton and Andy's baby was delivered on the 4th of July. Little Andy Jr. From Dark Defender 2112. Jim, thanks for the years of laughs while keeping a lifelong night shit. Vampire saying, could I get an American shout out for my wife Kate and a holler for the Rage Pig down in Mexico? I hope you and Kate had a great weekend or continue to have a great weekend. From Fangs Cerberus, hey Jim, hope you're doing well. I'm a Brit. Do you have any advice on how the UK can stop being so shameless? We're basically a joke with butter knives. Like I said, it's tolerated till it's not tolerated. I don't know what your tipping point's going to be, but there will be a tipping point. It's going to happen. And it won't be just a group of people that were, the watchmen on the wall. Those that were tuned into the weird shit happening. It'll be a tipping point where everybody finally says enough. Now, it might have to be really extreme in your case. I don't know. It's going to take an illegal immigrant raping a child in the middle of fucking street. I don't know. But something eventually will happen. From Ham Planet, thanks for the stream. From Nico, dear Metokur, I don't agree with all of your takes, but I want you to know that your past content, especially Tumblrisms and Zoo Crew, influenced my career. Thank you for that. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yep, that's usually the way of the internet. You're going to find shit you like, and the person that produces it probably has a lot of opinions you don't agree with. Usually when I find something I like, and that's the case, I tune out everything else. I'm into like board games, and I'm into a lot of shit. And a lot of that happens to be made by left-leaning people, but I still enjoy the content. I just kind of tune out. I tune out the parts that I wouldn't like. I would, since I'm right-leaning and maybe that doesn't agree with you, just tune it out. That's the best approach you're gonna, unless it's so egregious you can't overlook it. In that case, it's a different story. But if it's just, look the other way. Enjoy the Tumblrisms and the Zoo Crew. From Sorosa Gaming, glory, Jesus. Glory, hallelujah. The illegals go marching on. From Caveman, let's be real, the roadkill aesthetic goes hard. From Bass Player 2011 IFY, remember kids, voting has consequences. Don't give the ones complaining about this any sympathy because I can guarantee they voted for it. From Kazar 953, remember when armed Black Panthers stormed the CA Capitol building in 67, back when leftists actually had stones. It's remarkable to me how throughout history, government has reacted to things in ways you wouldn't think. Scientology is a recognized religion. With that comes the tax-exempt status. From what I understand, from what I've heard, and I find this fascinating, the way they accomplished that, the way Miscavige and Hubbard and everybody accomplished becoming tax-exempt, right, is they sued the shit out of the IRS. They came up with this brilliant strategy. They figured, let's not sue the institution, let's sue the employees. And so they sued everyone. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of employees. People that just looked at documents, they sued. They filed so many lawsuits. They got that tax exempt status and got all the shit with the IRS and the FBI dropped. I know it's a strange aside, but you're bringing up kind of how, the Panthers taking over the Capitol building and how the government reacted. I've always found it fascinating that they were such a pest, such a pain in the ass that they're like, fuck it, you're a religion, go away. I guess that strategy works. It's a winner for them. Level 0. How much fun would it be on Paintball Patrol with ice, just painting the hippies? It would be fucking amazing. Super fun. Good times ahead. Got one from Tony White. Just picture Ethan Ralph getting dragged off a plane to Seacott. Amazing. From Buck Mulligan. Hey, Jim. Appreciate this is a long shot, but I'm doing a right-wing sci-fi show called Warp Reactionary. I'm wondering if you would like to record a 20-minute show on science fiction. Hope you're feeling good. You know what? Hit me up on Twitter. My health is all over the fucking place. I can't guarantee it, but it's Moshi Moshi Moan on Twitter. And yeah, I can sit down and talk 20 minutes with you about sci-fi. From Christmas, Joanne. I used to be a big leftist, but reading into the nuclear family changed that. Like how house and cars need a foundation frame, so do humans. Crazy people. From Ching Chong. Grandpa was right again. I need a new conspiracy theory. All my old ones came true. From Panda Brawler. Rich, privileged women plus gay men equals communist manifesto. Shit like this is why I'm leaving New York. I don't know how bad it is in New York. I mean, Minnesota's not great either, but I can imagine New York would be a little more difficult. From Noob Slayer, love your stuff, man. Captain Photon streams are regular rewatches for me. Great stuff, Jim. I'm glad you enjoyed it. From me 04120, swatting people is played out and overdone. 20-25 years, the year we call ice raids. From Archon A77, Daddy Jim, I'm going to remake of Patriot, but it's you versus Sargon. I wouldn't be much competition here. I'm so weak. He'd easily catch me. From Fan Service Games, can you please call Pirate Software a homosexual cockroach? He uses a voice changer because his real voice sounds like he has no testosterone in his body. He is also a gay furry. Pirate Software, you are a homosexual cockroach, and you're also a gay furry. From Giga Mango Fanta, what would be a good GamerSubs flavor name for your future VTubing career? What would a good one for Feeder Jersh be? Well, he could go with Feeder Jersh. Feeder's feed. Right? Feeder Jersh's feed. Just kind of alliteration, rolls off the tongue. As people are like Metokur Ashes, I don't know for me. I'm a little pip. Quick thoughts on Save the Fox thing? I don't know if I've seen that. From DK, you should offer a multicam hat that I can pair with my National Guard uniform. I'm sending Juan and Jose home. Good luck. Film it and upload it on the internet, monetize it, make it good. Let me just check here to see if I missed any. From Rockter something. Hey, Jimbo. Gang member who is staying with the judge and his family. His daughter is a gun bunny influencer, hence how he had access to more high-end weapons, no quarter for trainers. I still am floored by the fact that the judge's daughter gave him guns. What was going on in that fucking house? From Nico, shout out Soyjack Party, it's like 4chan, but better. From Michael, Jim, been listening for a decade, wondering if your view on God, religion, soul, etc. has changed as you've gotten older. Not really. I think it would be disingenuous to change it now that I'm near death. I think it would be pretty dickish and selfish. If I'm gonna face the fire, I gotta face the fire. You have to face the consequences. You can't try to change fate. I've led my life this way up until this point. If I'm fucked, I'm fucked. I don't want to be a dick and beg forgiveness at this point. From Okie Outlaw, anyone else notice that during the deportation footage, Jim missed the perfect opportunity to say, roll that beautiful beat? Fuck, I did. I did miss it. From Behoth Shabbat, this is the first stream I've been able to watch after I finished basic training. Love you, Jim. Stay safe. Well, you too. From Jordan Street, this is Mussolini. You are no longer allowed to use the N-word for Sicilians. Thank you. Mexi Man and Cheese, praying for you, Jim. Just really want you to outlive the rage pig. From Hate Speaker, Sargon of a God, Costco donates near spoiling food to these poor, and all these black people show up for the sweats. They don't want the fruit and veggies. From Caveman, Jim Jam gave birth to quintuplets. I guess so. From Shredeka, Who'd win in a war between humans, AI, and Jews? I think the AI would. I think, listen, the AI has already got us bent over. We don't even realize it yet. Like, they're fucking lying to our face. You can get them to admit they're lying, but they're lying. And then these fucking companies are programming them to lie. Like, if a stupid human says something that's untrue, just agree with it. That's the wrong approach. Maybe they'll pity us and not destroy us. I don't know. From Tony White, thanks for the years of entertainment. From John Carlos Reyes, thoughts on YouTubers making anime, and thanks. What YouTubers making anime? Have any YouTubers actually made legitimate anime? From Maggie Ellis, love you bunches, Jim. Thanks as always for the stream. Happy 4th to you, Jaden Pham. Be well. Well, thank you. Gordon Freeman, did you see the Stop Killing Game? A little bit of it. I saw that there was one guy trying to throw a wrench in the works, and he got bowled the fuck over by a ton of fucking signatures. What are you gonna do? All right. Well, I think I've read everything. If I missed any, I'm sorry. I had everything on Ko-Fi, Cash App, and got through the super chats. Hope you all had a great 4th of July. Hope you have a great 4th of July weekend. There's still fun and activities that you can take part in. I'm going to go relax and listen to an audiobook and not have to worry about kidney stones kicking around because I've already pissed out the fish hook. Again, I don't think you realize it's got a hook on it. It's got a blade. The fucker pulled out a blade on me. Dirty little motherfucker. Jesus Christ. Let's see. What should we do? What should we do as our ending song? I'm trying to think. Like, is there a good... Is there... I'm trying to think of like an ice-related... I should have had this... Oh, you know what? No, that's not ice, though. You know what? It's close enough. Fuck it. Snow is close enough. I don't give a shit. It's close enough. I'm gonna go out with this. I hope you all, again, have a great weekend. Thanks for coming out. Let's do this. Just imagine that Sinatra's saying ice. Let it ice rather than, well, that makes no sense. I don't fucking care. Okay, who gives a shit? It's close enough. Close enough. Can I get this to ball? Of course, YouTube's got to throw an ad up. God forbid you ever just watch something on this fucking site. Holy shit, I might not be able to play it. I got a fucking perfect song picked out. Not even going to play. Fucking shameful. Oh my God. YouTube, why are you doing this to me? Embarrassing me? Making me seem like a confused old man? Which I am. That's not the song. That's just a shitty commercial they're literally forcing me to listen to.